the NCAA no longer calls it National Signing Day, as it has evolved into a more drawn-out process. College football's modern version of this annual event now includes an early signing period, and it kicks off this Wednesday, December 4th. This is when many of the country's top high school football recruits will make their college choices official. The dynamics of the recruiting landscape have shifted dramatically in recent years with the rise of the transfer portal and the introduction of name, image, and likeness nil deals. However, the early signing period still generates excitement. This moment marks the end of another recruiting cycle, with commitments, flips, and late reopenings of recruitments providing insight into where programs stand as we move toward the college football playoff and the offseason. The early signing period, which runs from Wednesday, December 4th, through Friday, December 6th, will see many of the best high school football recruits make decisions. This year's early signing period starts over 2 weeks earlier than in 2023. The timing of this shift has drawn some criticism from coaches, as it coincides with the opening of the transfer portal, bowl game preparations, and conference championship games. In 2024 to 2025, the recruiting calendar will also include these important dates. Early signing period, December 4th through December 6th, 2024. Transfer portal, opens December 9th, closes December 28th, 2024. Traditional signing period, February 5th through April 1st, 2025. Along with the excitement of new commitments, there's also the drama of players who remain undecided and those who could potentially flip their verbal commitments. Some of the top uncommitted prospects for the 2025 class are set to announce their decisions during the early signing period. These players are highly sought after, and their choices will significantly impact the recruiting race for several major programs. Here are some of the top uncommitted recruits to watch. 5-star defensive lineman Justus Terry from Manchester, Georgia, has Georgia, Alabama, and Auburn among his top choices. 5-star defensive lineman Jahkeem Stewart from New Orleans is considering USC, Oregon, LSU, and Ohio State. 4-star linebacker Nathaniel Owusu-Boateng from Manassas, Virginia, is eyeing Michigan and Colorado. 4-star linebacker Madden Faraimo from San Juan Capistrano, California, is considering USC, Notre Dame, Texas, Washington, and Ohio State. 4-star defensive lineman Isaiah Campbell from Durham, North Carolina, has Tennessee and North Carolina as his primary choices. 4-star defensive lineman Javion Hilson from Cocoa, Florida, is considering Michigan, Texas, Texas A&M, Syracuse, and Pitt. 4-star athlete Michael Terry III from San Antonio is interested in Texas, Oregon, and Nebraska. 4-star running back Anthony Rogers from Montgomery, Alabama, has Georgia, Ohio State, Ole Miss, and Auburn as his leading choices. 4-star wide receiver Donovan Murphy from Columbia, South Carolina, is considering South Carolina and Clemson. In addition to the uncommitted players, several highly rated recruits could still flip their commitments before the signing period ends. 5-star offensive lineman Michael Carroll from Doylestown, Pennsylvania, is committed to Alabama but is also considering Colorado. 5-star offensive lineman David Sanders from Charlotte, North Carolina, is committed to Tennessee but is also considering Ohio State. 5-star offensive lineman Solomon Thomas from Jacksonville, Florida, is committed to Florida State but is also considering LSU and Florida. 4-star tight end Lincoln Cure from Goodland, Kansas, is committed to Kansas State but is also considers Oregon. 4-star linebacker Tavian Wallace from Baxley, Georgia, is committed to Arkansas but is considering Georgia and Florida State. As teams push for the top recruits, the 2025 recruiting rankings continue to take shape. As of December 3, 2024, the top 10 teams in 247 sports rankings are Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, Texas, Auburn, Oregon, Michigan, LSU, Texas A&M, Tennessee. With the early signing period beginning this week, expect to see more of the nation's top recruits make their commitments official. This will set the stage for an exciting offseason and give fans a glimpse of the future of college football's most prominent programs. The next few days will be crucial in shaping the landscape of the 2025 recruiting class as programs battle for the nation's elite talent.